Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today I am substituting again for Randee Brown of Thunderhorse Descendant, who is taking a family emergency break. She's in North Dakota with her grandparents. So we're going to be working on episode 16 of our Missing Link book, and what we're going to be working on is the Whirligig. So let's, if you want to work along. So let's turn down and see what we need and what we're going to do. So let's check out our book and see what it is that we need. And according to our instructions, what we're going to need is 7 3/4 inches of 16 gauge pure copper wire. I don't have 16 gauge of the copper wire, so we'll be using German style wire. I may use gold if I can find my gold. We'll need flat nose pliers, round nose pliers. Let's see, flat nose, round nose, flush cutters, a Sharpie, a chasing hammer. Where are we at chasing? There we go. Chasing hammer, a rawhide mallet. I use a nylon one rather than a rawhide. A steel bench block, and liver of sulfur, steel wool, rotary tumble, all of which I'm not going to use. Liver of sulfur stinks. I think that steel wool is a little bit dangerous, and you know, I don't really need it, and I don't have a rotary tumble. And last, we need a ruler. So let's put these things to the side and get our 16 gauge wire, and we will get this started. Okay, let's look at what our instructions say. Let's get it so you can see it, hopefully. It's number 1. Make a 90-degree bend 3/8 of the inch from one end of the wire with the flat nose pliers. Line up the round nose pliers alongside the longer tail wire, and using the tip of the round nose pliers, begin making a spiral with the shorter tail end. Figure 1. Want to cut our 7 3/4 inch wire, and then we want to make our 90-degree bend. So let's get our 7 3/4 cut. I'm using silver wire. I had planned on using gold, but I couldn't find my gold, so 16, so we're going to use silver. Straighten this out as we go along. We want 7 3/4. See if that's enough. Just about perfect. Let's get this a little bit over the edge because I noticed that that one has the notch going the wrong direction, so we will fix that. 3/4 is about right here. And then we'll cut this little bit of notch off the tip here. Okay. So now let's straighten our wire here and get our three and 1/8. 3 1/8. So that would be right here. I'm going to take my fine Sharpie to make my mark for 3 1/8. Just here. We want to make a 90-degree bend. So, okay, so take our flat nose pliers and make a 90-degree bend. Okay. up the round nose pliers alongside the longer tail wire and using the tip of the round nose pliers, begin making a spiral with the shorter tail wire. Okay. Round nose pliers with the shorter edge and start making a spiral. Interesting. Usually you do the spiral from the other end, but this says go from this side. So we will. Okay, so we're making a spiral. Okay, it says begin making, so let's see what the next step is here. After 1.5 rotations, hold the spiral with your flat nose pliers and continue spiraling. Coil the wire around and under the previous spiral to create a random look. When only 3/8 of wire remains, tuck the tail wire under the spiral and trim. Okie dokie, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so hold it with the flat nose and just spin. Wow, easier said than done. Doesn't want to hold. And it certainly doesn't want to. Come on, you. See, 3/8. And we got a little bit more to go here. I'll get my other pliers out because this one's getting tough. Okay, now we want to coil the wire until when you only have 3/8 of wire remaining, tuck the tail wire under the spiral and trim. Okay, so we're going to tuck it under the spiral. And trim it. Okay. Okay. So there we go. I think I will tuck this in a little bit if I can. There we go. All right. Imagine they want us to do the other side now. Repeat steps 1 and 2 on the other end of the wire. Okay, let's go do the other side. So here's our ruler, and what was it? 3 1/8 inches. So 3 1/8 is about right here. What do I do with my little Sharpie? There it is. Come on, baby. 3 1/8 right there. take our flat nose pliers, put them here, do a 90-degree bend. Begin spiraling with the tip of your regular pliers. Come here, you. You get 1.5 spirals done. Switch to the flat nose. Right now it sort of looks like a baby pin. Okay. And continue to spiral. Come on, baby. Gotta tell you, this spiraling with this 16-gauge wire is not easy. It wants to fight with you. There, that was a good bend. Here we go. That was doing pretty good. Oop. Tucking under. How well it said we could. Let's see, is that about 3/8? Just a teeny touch more. Oh, went under. And it was supposed to, so that's all right. We will just tuck this under here. Like it said to. And trim it off some. Ouch. And see if we can get this tucked towards the middle a little more. Oop, come on, baby. And there we go. Interesting. All right, let's see what the next step says to do. Okay, now that we've finished that, we're on step 4, which is figure 3 in our book because we haven't got to that part yet. Using your fingers, bend the spirals out so that they lie flat. Hammer both sides of each spiral with the rawhide mallet on the bench block to flatten. Okay, I think I know what they want. Well, I think they're already like that. So now we want to hit them with the bench block and the mallet. Did that say the rubber mallet or the... Pin them out so they lie flat. I think we're as flat as we're going to get, probably. Okay. Hammer both sides of each spiral with the rawhide mallet on the bench block to flatten. Okay. Alrighty, I think we've done what they asked, so let's get the book back out and check out the next step. Okie dokie. Let's put the block away. figure 4, which is 5 over here. Center the straight wire on the Sharpie and bend it around to form a horseshoe shape. Okay, that sounds simple enough. So let's take it, and the picture shows us going with it straight, these going downward. So let's move this like this. That looked like it was bigger. Maybe it's at a different spot on your Sharpie, because that is not right. That looks more like it, but still not quite. There we go. Maybe more like that. Okay. Maybe I spiraled it too much. It looks like I could have had slightly smaller spirals. Let's see what our next step is now that we have our little spirals done here. And it says, using the chasing hammer on the bench block, flatten the curve of the wire slightly. Okay, so let's get our chasing hammer out and our steel block again. And, you know, I think I spiraled it a little more than they were really wanting, or maybe I needed to make it a little more twisty around underneath, whatever, because it's more of a ouch. Got myself. Okay, let's see if we can straighten these back out a little more to where they resemble this a little better. This one looks like it's going this way a little bit more. Oop. Let's see here. I'm going to take my pliers a little bit and see if I can't wiggle this a little bit, because I'm liking okay, I think we've got her done. Put stuff away and let's get the book back over here. Okay, step 7 is to oxidize, which we're not going to do. So I think we're done. Though, as you can see, mine looks like it's got bigger spirals and a shorter link here. So I'm thinking I could have spiraled it a little bit less, but other than that, it's pretty darn good. I like it. So there we go, our Whirligig link. Whirligig. What do you think? So anyway, done with. Okay, there we are with our Whirligig link. I think, like I said, and from our missing link book, This one was on page, I believe it's 50 and 51. Yes, 50 and 51. Here is the link, and here is the one we just did. So it's pretty similar, but like I say, I think it had a longer, theirs has a longer shank here, and a little less spiral. So either I needed to make my spiral a little messier, because it did say something about going under and coming above, which I didn't really do. I did on one somewhat, but not the other one as much. So I think it could have done with a little less spiral and a little more shank to match up the book better. But all in all, I think we did a pretty good job. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you make some of your links. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, substituting for Randee Brown as she takes some family leave. And hopefully we'll see you later on in the week. And if Randee's not back by next weekend, you'll see me again. If not, you'll see Randee. So we'll see you later. Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.